Have you ever wondered why certain tasks just light you up, while others feel like pulling teeth? We're going to unlock the secrets to understanding your natural strengths using DISC. This, I promise you, is a game changer. Before we dive in, make sure you've completed your DISC assessment. If not, pause this video, go and take the test and come back. The results will be your foundation for everything that we discuss. Okay, let's get into why we're here. Strength-based growth. Here's the thing. When you focus on what you're naturally great at, you move faster, you accomplish more, and most importantly, you enjoy it. The days of trying to fix our weaknesses are over. We're all about playing to our strengths. So that is why we use DISC in this program. DISC isn't just some personality quiz, okay? It's a tool that helps you understand your core strengths, and it's backed by years of research. It's going to help you identify how you communicate, how you work best, and how you can lead. DISC is one of the most powerful tools out there for career growth because it doesn't just tell you who you are, it shows you how to use that information. DISC is broken into 4 categories: the dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. And trust me, once you understand where you land on this spectrum, everything starts to make sense. Do you ever wonder why you click with some people instantly, while others it feels like you're speaking 2 different languages, okay? I'm going to break down using DISC, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to leverage your strength. You're going to be able to understand your weaknesses and communicate more effectively with anyone. DISC is divided into 4 types of colours: the dominance, which is the red, influence, which is the yellow, steadiness, which is the green, and conscientiousness, which is blue. Each colour represents a different communication and working style, and each colour brings unique strengths and, of course, some challenges. So let's start with the reds. If you're a red, you're the go-getters. You're driven, you're decisive, and goal-orientated. You see what needs to be done and you don't hesitate. Reds are natural leaders. Think about someone like Elon Musk. Whether you agree with his leadership style or not, he is clearly a big picture visionary who takes massive action. In a working environment, reds are fantastic at cutting through the noise and making things happen. They thrive in fast-paced settings where decisions need to be made quickly. But here's where things get tricky. Reds can be so focused on the goal that they forget about the people involved. They might push others too hard or come across as blunt or even a little bit intimidating. I once worked with a manager who was a total red. She walked into the room and within minutes she had made up her mind. The problem was she wasn't taking the time to hear what her team had to say. Her team felt overlooked at times. That's where she struggled. It's a common challenge for Reds. You want results, but sometimes you need to just slow down a little bit and bring people with you. Now let's talk about yellows. If you're a yellow, you're the social butterfly of the office, okay? You're enthusiastic, full of energy, and fantastic at bringing people together. Yellows excel in roles where they can inspire or persuade others. Think of someone like Richard Branson, very charismatic, always leading with a vision and enthusiasm. In a team, yellows create energy. They're the ones who get everyone excited about the project, and they know how to influence and engage people. But yellows can get caught up in their own excitement. They can sometimes lose focus or forget the details, and they can struggle with following through. The enthusiasm, while amazing, can lead to overpromising or taking on too much. I've seen this firsthand. A colleague of mine was a real true yellow, would always come up with the most exciting ideas in meetings, actually. But then, when it came to executing, things would slip through the cracks because he didn't plan out the finer details. This left his team scrambling to fill in the gaps at times. Next up are the greens. If you're a green, you are dependable. You're patient and a great listener. You're the glue that holds the team together. And people often come to you for support because you bring a calm, stabilizing presence. Greens excel in roles where consistency and reliability are needed. They're great team players and can create strong, long-term relationships. However, the downside of being a green is that you might avoid conflict. Greens don't like to rock the boat, and this can sometimes make it hard to push for change or speak up when something's not working. I worked with a green leader who was incredibly supportive, but when it came to having difficult conversations, she kind of freezed a bit. She once told me she'd been putting off giving a team member feedback for months because she didn't want to hurt their feelings. But avoiding tough conversations often makes things worse in the long run. Finally, the blues. If you're a blue, you're detail orientated, analytical, and highly organized. You want to get things right, and you don't settle for less than perfection. Think of someone like Bill Gates, meticulous, strategic, and driven by data. Blues are fantastic in roles that require precision, deep thinking, and problem solving. They excel when there's a need for careful planning and thoroughness. But sometimes blues can get stuck in analysis paralysis. They want so much data, so much certainty that they struggle to make decisions quickly. And they can be overly critical, not just of others, but of themselves too. I remember a blue team member who would change reports over and over again. He was never quite satisfied. It slowed down the process because for her, it had to be perfect. But in a fast moving environment, perfection isn't always practical.